Hello and welcome everybody to my channel. You're here with me. I'm Shannon, writing on the pen name of St. Huston, and I'm the author of 4 books, 1 novella, and 1 box set that is widely available for purchase. I also have 1 audiobook, and I also have 1 book that was exclusive to my Kickstarter backers only, but now my subscribers on Ream can access that book as well. And my latest and most successful book to date so far is A Curse of Scales and Feathers. I am going off outline because I do get very nervous during live streams like this, so I'm trying to make sure I stay on track here. So a few other things about me, if I can get to the right thing. Where's it at? Oh, I forgot to add one of my overlays. So some other ventures of me is that I am the founder, producer, and co-host of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast, which that has been going since January of 2022. So we're a couple years into that. Also the founder and conference chair of the AuthorTube Writing Conference, which is set to run for its 3rd year, June 28th through 30th. And that's a completely free writing conference for anybody who would like to attend. And we have some really, really great speakers on board. And of course, also I have this YouTube channel, which today is the 3-year channel anniversary. And this is the first time I'm doing my anniversary celebration kind of alone. My first year anniversary, I was on with my husband. We did the spouses tag. And then the 2nd year, I did this anniversary with some lovely people here on YouTube, authortube. And this year I thought, I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the anniversary, and I was already gathering some data on book review sites that I've been using, especially a couple of new ones I added this year, to see which ones are viable, which ones should I keep doing. And there was one that I had strong feelings about that I probably should stop doing, but it had helped me at the beginning of my author career. And as I was putting this data together earlier this week, and I was mentioning it in a live stream that someone was doing for sprints, they said, oh, I'd love to know that data. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be great if I could do a video, if I ever had time to do a video. And I thought, oh, that's it. That's what I'm going to do today. So yes, we're going to do a little bit of a review of my channel. So we're going to look at some of the journey of my channel, some highlights and stuff, and then I'll move into the book site reviews. And this should hopefully go no longer than an hour. I really can't go longer than an hour because I have someone who's waiting for me to be done on the next hour. So let's say hello to those who showed up. And the first one that was here was Andy. Hello. First, going to be a good one. Thank you so much for being here. And then Leslie came in. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Emma says hi from somewhere. Cool Gamer, hello, hi, how are you doing? And Nicole, hello. Thank you guys so much for the 3-year anniversary. Congrats. So yeah, this Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks, SPPT or SPTT. I always think of it as SPIT, but it is what it is, an AWC for AuthorTube Writing Conference. So thank you. I appreciate all of that lovely comments and everything. So I did want to talk about a little bit of why I joined YouTube, because this was a question someone asked me. I say someone, it was my son. My son asked me this week, why did I join YouTube? But it is a question I get asked like every few months or so. And this is the first time my youngest son had asked me the reason. And it was because when I graduated with my master's in writing, that was 2013, I went off to start teaching at the college level. But my girlfriend I graduated with, she was kind of, trying to figure out what she wanted to do. And a few years after we graduated, I would say 2 to 3 years after, she had already been writing a few books. And she's like, I'm going to self-publish. And she visited with me once a year at that time because I lived close to where she went to a conference every year. So she'd spend the night with me before the conference. We talk. And for like 3-4 years, every year, she was like, you need to do this, Shannon. You need to do this. You need to do this. I'm making good money. And like the first year, she said, I make about half of what I made at my job. And she quit her job to see if she could make it as a self-published author. But she was married, but it was just her and her hubby. And so this was something that they could do, and they saved up money. And then the next year she was making more money than me. So it's something I thought about, but she always said, you have to get on social media. And I was not a social media person. I'm not really, I really don't like social media. I don't really consume social media really. I've gotten into the habit of consuming a little bit more social media, but even that is still very limited. I just don't like spending the time on social media. So it's not something I ever have to struggle with. I know it is a struggle for a lot of people, the time that they spend on social media. I try to get on and off as quick as I can. So it's not an issue for me. And she knew that about me. And she was like, you have to get on social media. So I started my YouTube channel, and I did that. I actually started several different social media spots. I did Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, I don't think TikTok was really going in 2021, because that's when I started. It was in 2021, or if it was still new. But I set up, accounts on all of those. I tried to do all of those in the beginning. And I did spend a couple months developing my plan and what I was going to be doing on all those sources and those channels before I ever published anything. But the one that made the most sense to me was YouTube. And as I started doing them, I gravitated toward YouTube more and more. And this is where I kind of found, there's some positives and negatives to starting the YouTube channel, is where I started all these social media accounts to make myself visible for readers to find me. And I totally missed the mark on trying to set myself up on YouTube as a source for readers to find me, as a place for readers to find me. I realized I was publishing content that was more for writers, and I published videos. I didn't do my first live stream until the next year, but I was publishing lots and lots of videos. And the reason why I gravitated toward YouTube was because what I was publishing was information that I learned like during my master's, and information I learned as a teacher teaching students for many years how to write better. And I also ran my own business as a writing coach. So it felt natural for me to fall into this teaching role, but that meant I was making content for writers, not for readers. Writers are also readers, but it was, even though writers are readers, it's not a niche genre, because writers tend to write all over different genres. So there was a little bit of that. But when it came down to like, would I still continue my YouTube channel, when I was thinking about it years ago? Well, yeah, because I really love the community that I connected with here on YouTube. And so writing could be a lonely pursuit. So I still love being here and connecting with people, sharing our struggles, sharing our successes. It's all been a lot of great things. So I did have kind of that shift in priorities. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time trying to reach readers. I do a few things every now and then. But then my shift in priorities also came with, after being on YouTube for over a year, I realized I was not writing as much as I wanted to. So I shifted away from making videos. And most of what I do now are live streams like this one. And that's where I am. And let me check in with the chat. And I put together a quick video to kind of highlight some things throughout my YouTube channel journey. Left off here with people saying, hello, Martin came in. Hello, Martin. How are you doing? Hello. It's happy anniversary. Thank you, Margaret, from a beautiful farmer's market. And then what's going on down in Canada? Martin says to Andy, hey, hey. And right now, YouTube at Martin. Right. All right. So let me share this video.
Welcome to my channel. In this first episode in my How to Write a Fiction book series, I'm going to discuss what it means to write to trend, the pros and cons, and my personal experience about deciding whether or not I should write to trend, and for my debut novel. If you find anything funny in my work, it was completely by accident. And hold on, I actually bought books to try to learn how to write funny. And I think they're very good, but I still can't write funny. Thank you for hanging out with me through this episode, and happy writing. Have you finished writing a book? Do you need to find a cover for your work, but don't know where to start? Don't despair. I have 3 ways you can design your book cover along with the real cost. And then I'll reveal the cover to my debut novel, Blood of the Lily, and let you in on a secret of how I had it designed. Hi, will you review my book? Hi! Do you like reviewing books? No? What are you doing?
How does it look like I'm doing?
Calling for ice cream?
You're the smart one.
Uh-huh. And you're doing it all wrong.
I have to do it again. I have an awesome secret to tell you.
Is it about story origin?
What? How did you know?
You're wearing the shirt.
Well, what are you wearing? And are you eating ice cream? In a bathrobe? Story Origin reached out to me to see if I wanted to test a secret new feature on Story Origin. Well, it's not a secret anymore now, is it? Go eat your ice cream.
Sounds good, but where do I sign up? Are you wearing my shirt? Give me a moment. Okay, now where was I? Oh, that's right. Writing prompts are a great way to get over writer's block, stimulate creativity, or just give you insight into your own writing, whether that be the characters, the setting, or the plot. I've put together a lot of writing prompts, some that I made up, some that I found, and some that were given to me. From these, I generated YouTube Shorts, which I started publishing in the middle of October of 2022. I now have over 140 YouTube writing prompt shorts.
Okay, so yeah, that was just a quick look over different things. There are things that I remember, highlights throughout the years since I've made videos, and I did get monetized just right about a year ago, May 30th is when I got approved for monetization and started making my first few cents. I haven't made like a lot of money, but that last video where I said had 14,925 views, that is my most viewed video, and that one has made me the most money since then. So let's see, I actually wrote down numbers. So to date, I've made $180.85. And what I will note here is that I don't make really videos, and I put that in that short video that I showed you guys. I don't really make videos anymore. If I made videos still, I might make more money. My live streams do tend to get some money, but it's cents. It's just cents on the dollar. I mean, I might make anywhere from like 5 cents to like maybe sometimes 40 cents, depending if there was a lot of people who showed up that day or not, or watched the replay. So it's not a lot of money. It's my videos that are videos, those that are popular, those are the ones that make my most money. So if I continue to make videos, I might make more money. But then I had to think about, well, did I want to make money off of videos, or would I rather spend that time writing? And I've chosen writing every time whenever I've thought about that question. So it's so nice to make some money off your videos though. So I'm not too mad at that. So, but of the $180, that one video that had my most views on, that one has made $35 and some change. So that's like the most of my money comes from that one video, which is really crazy to me. So, and as far as like building my channel audience, the subscribers, the most help came from my YouTube shorts. So I had made YouTube shorts starting like October timeframe 2 years ago. So that was 2022. And I stopped in September of last year. And that helped me hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. And I already had the watch hours from my live streams. I easily hit 8,000 hours, watch hours in a month or two. So, and you need that 4,000 over a year. But so that I just had to hit the subscriber count on that one. But I had stopped making YouTube shorts because I wanted to see how much of a difference that made. And it did make a difference in the number of people who subscribed. So when I looked at it over a 5-month period of doing shorts and not doing shorts, and of course there's other factors that go into this, because when I look at the 5-month period of doing shorts, that actually covers part of Q4, which is the increase of subscribers and just watchers on YouTube. But I did have 434 subs who signed up over that time period. And then without the shorts, I had only 232. So it's about 202 fewer subs signing up from, or not signing up because I didn't have shorts going. And the difference in the money was pretty small. So that tells you shorts don't really make a lot of money. So there's not really much difference between the amount of money I made in the same time period between those two. So the shorts help with subscribers, doesn't help with the money part. My shorts make anywhere from 0.0004 cents up to about, I think the most I've made was around 70 or 80 cents, but that was the outlier. I would say the average is from that 0.0004 cents to about 9-10 cents a short is all I make. So yeah. Well, let me check in with you guys here. So Andy says Starla is the best. Bring Starla back. I have to think of some reason to bring her back for a video. I just don't make many videos right now. Thank you for sharing. This is lovely. Thank you for watching, Leslie. This channel was one of the most inspiring when I was first starting out due to your monthly earning updates were some of the few places people gave realistic numbers. Yeah. And I kind of miss doing those. I still want to do them, but I just don't have the time for it anymore. I just don't. I thought about trying to do it as live streams last year, but I thought, okay, no, I can't do it every month. So I thought every quarter. I did it for the first quarter, and then that was it. I just ran out of time, and I burnt out at the end of last year anyways. So I just have to be realistic with myself that I'm not able to really do that. I've thought about, maybe doing a live stream, or if I have time, a video, but probably won't be a video of just, how much money have I made since I started self-publishing books? And how much money have I made? How much money have I spent? And what worked and what doesn't work? So agreed, most channels inflate them, unfortunately. Yeah, and the other thing that I always notice, and I would ask questions on these channels when they would say, oh, this is how much money I made from my book, and this is how much money it took to put it together. And it would usually be like the book cover and the editor and stuff like that. And they would show like how they're making all this money off their books. It's not like a lot, but they're having a positive ROI overall. But every time I'd say, well, what kind of money did you spend on marketing? Or, if you don't want to share numbers, did the marketing not give you a positive ROI? Because in my experience, putting that marketing in there definitely lowered my ROI, where I was negative all the time. Now, my most successful book, A Curse of Scales and Feathers, was my first positive ROI book launch. And that was a totally different strategy than anything else I've ever done with any of my other books. And so it's something I have wanted to talk about on the channel, but I haven't found the time for that. So, but yes, that would be the biggest thing, is the marketing. I would always ask, what about the marketing? Some would answer me and some would not. And they were never really straightforward. I just remember only one. I don't remember who it was now, but she did say, yes, if I included marketing costs, I would not have made money on this book. And I was like, well, that's more realistic. I didn't say that, but I would say that's a more realistic view, because it's hard to get visibility. You have to do things to get visibility. But if you're doing things to get visibility and it ends up making you go into the negative, then how are you actually making money off your books? So yeah, YouTube is a slog for me. Oh yeah. Hi, Katie. Love your channel so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alrighty. So now let's get into the book review sites. I'm not very good at clicking a bunch of buttons all at once. Margaret's really, really good at this. So there's 5 different sites that I've come across. Hold on. I feel like I might have missed something somewhere. Yeah, my banners. Oh, well, I'm not worried about the banners. So anyways, in the video that I just showed you, I have a video for that. Hold on. That's what I was going to do. I was going to drop some links. Hold on. How to get book reviews. So this video is outdated because it was a couple years ago when I did this video, but if you want to take a look, you can. And in this video, I talk about the 3 that I've been using consistently, almost pretty much from the beginning of my journey as a self-published author, which is Library Things, Story Origin, and Voracious Readers Only. Did that go up? It did. Okay. So that's the video there if you want to take a look at it later. I don't have any links in the description box, but I will make sure I put all of these links into the description box later. So I will go into a little more detail. I do want to drop some more of these links so before I forget, because I probably will forget. Here's a link for Story Origin. I'm going to go, I have some data. You guys, I have a table, spreadsheet. It was Excel. I did it in. And so you will be able to see some numbers here in just a moment. But Story Origin, that is an affiliate link. It's the only one I have an affiliate link for, which means that if you sign up using that link, then I will make a commission. It's actually a pretty good commission, but the cost to you is exactly the same. So, and I would have to say that having some commissions from Story Origin last year helped me to not go so far in the negative when I balanced out my whole year for what I did. It was a huge factor toward helping me get closer to breaking even on my business. So then I put up Library Thing. That's totally free. And I'm going to put up Voracious Readers Only. This is the next one. So these are the 3 that I've used. Now, don't just go sign up yet until you hear the data and what I have to say about what I have found out. You guys have also said a few things. Let me see what you're saying. So Rita says, right, basic business economics. The marketing PR is the biggest ticket on outgoing expenses. Yep. And Andy, LOL. Ads is a big hit and miss. In all honesty, I've done 0 marketing for a book, and the audiobook has made 4 figures since the last 2 quarters. Amazing. I have an audiobook. I don't do any advertisements for it. I barely promote it, and I don't barely make any money. I think I made 27 cents off it last month. But I haven't really dug into how to make audiobooks work yet at this moment. You have great information on your vids too, Self-Pub with Andy, which brings me to the other 2 that I added, which are here on the screen. Let me find the right. Here, I put all my links into a page so that I could bring it over. So the next 2 I added based off of some of what Andy talked about on his channel. And he has a playlist set up for his book reviews where he has looked at different book review services, and each video is a single book review service. So I plan to go back through there because I am kicking one of these off my list, and I'm going to go back through his playlist and pick a couple more. And you'll see why I can pick a couple more by just taking one off here in just a moment. So, Let me see. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Sometimes I wonder if I should throw the towel in, put my effort elsewhere. Nope. I really appreciate your videos. I know I haven't been able to comment as much. I'm so far behind. I watch a lot of stuff because I still, feel I get a lot of benefit from your videos. So please don't stop. I know what these three. Can't wait to hear your experience. Feels called out by Shannon as I click on all the links to sign. Sorry. I know me. I have pulled links aside to do during a live stream in the past. And then I never do the links because I totally forget, because I am not good at multitasking when I'm on live, because I am actually just very, very nervous, and it may not show, but I just forget to do things. So I wanted to get these up here before I would forget them. I sign up to stuff all the time too. Thanks for the plug, please. Oh yes, it definitely helped me. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you, Rachel. I am. So the other two, I have links for those as well. And the other two do have affiliate programs. I signed up for them, but I don't have the approval yet. I don't know if I will get them. So these are not affiliate links, but the Book Sprout. Let me grab the last one here, and Book Sirens. So let me look at my links, make sure I didn't miss any that I wanted to give you guys. I do have more links, so I got to remember to do them all, but none of these other ones are due. Okay. So now let's get into, so I made some notes. So three of these I mentioned already that I've been using since almost the beginning of my author journey as a self-published author. Two of them are paid. One is free. The two paid ones are Story Origin and Voracious Readers Only. Library Thing is free. There's some caveats there. You never have to pay for Library Thing, but they do have some parameters that you need to be aware of. I'll talk about that when I put up this spread Excel sheet graphic. And again, all that's in the video, Andy's video for the other two. What prompted data review? So yeah, the data review, what prompted my data review was that one of these, one of the ones I've been using since the beginning, I have felt was not working as well as it had been. And I've been slowly just paying attention over a year and a half, and decided to start collecting data at the beginning of this year. And like I said, I was already putting that data together to decide if I was going to quit the program. And yeah, decided I'll share with you guys. All right, so now it says to show the graphic. Staying on track here. Let me pull that up. Brand. So here is my spread Excel sheet. So at the top, there's the company, the date joined, number of books, dollar amount per month that you pay for it, number of signups, number of downloads. So this is how many people signed up for it through the service for my books, how many downloaded the book, how many reviews did I receive, the percentage of signups to reviews, because that's important, because right, we do have a lot of people who end up signing up for our books, whether they're review copies or advanced review copies for those who are trying to get reviews done and ready for a book to launch. And many of them will often not leave a review. And if you've ever run a review group, you will see that this percentage is anywhere between like 5% to 20% usually. I had a really high percentage in my debut novel when I ran my own group. I think it was like almost between 30 and 40%. I can't remember the exact number, but it was pretty high. But that was an outlier. For my next book, A Curse of Scales and Feathers, it was right at that between the 5 and 15% mark. And then the cost per sign up, which this is something that people look at. Like if you think about cost per click on an ad, this is how much you're essentially paying to get your book to somebody. And then that put cost per review, and there's an asterisk out there at the bottom. It says not paying readers for reviews. This is just a figure to consider company viability. So all of these kind of work off the same model, where you don't have that direct access to the reader before the reader says that they're interested in reviewing your book. So these are just services that will connect your book to interested readers. And so that's what you're paying for, is getting that connection to readers in your genre and interested readers who might be wanting to read your book in that genre. So you're not paying for reviews, but I still think it's an important factor to look at to decide, if the company works for you or not. And then automatic review reminders, and then some notes here. So I'll go through these. So if we start at the far left, Story Origin. So all these, I put the dates at the beginning of the year if I was already using them or when the next round started. And then of course, whenever I did join these services. So Story Origin, I've been with Story Origin pretty much since after I published my debut novel. That was November of 2021. I would say I joined that year or the beginning of the next year. But I'm counting just from January 1st. And so you can see here a number of books. I have 6 books on there that can be reviewed. It costs $8.33 a month. So their plan, and I'm not going to remember all the data for all of these, but this one I do because I've been with Story Origin for so long. So it's $10 a month if you pay monthly for Story Origin, or $100 a year, which breaks out to $8.33. And this cost includes as many books as you want to put on there. Okay, so you're not limited by the number of books. I have 6 books on there because that's what I have. I had I had 10 signups. I had 10 people who downloaded the book and received 5 reviews. That's a 50% rate. It's about a cost of $2 per sign up or $1.67 for review. And they do send automatic reminders to people who sign up to review your books. Now, what I want to point out here is that these numbers are kind of low, but when numbers are low, I'm looking at what else does the company offer? Is it like the best quality of readers? Do they have other cost benefits? Do they have other great services? And Story Origin is one of those that they have numerous services under their company. So you're paying $8.33 a month. You're not paying for review services. That's a small portion of what Story Origin does. You have newsletter signups. You have people you can drive toward your link to buy your books. There's so many things. You could do a beta copy of reviews. There's so many things that Story Origin offers with that $8.33 a month that it is so worth it to me to continue using their services. And on top of that, you can increase your numbers of signups and downloads by joining more promotions. So even though I put January 1st as, of me using Story Origin, I think I only joined 2 promotions that were review promotions. So, and I don't remember those actual dates. So if I had joined more, I might have had more numbers. And I think 50% is a good rate because remember I said that number is usually between like 5 and 20% is what you will get of people reviewing your book who get your book in their hand. So 50% is really good. All right, now we hop over to Voracious Readers Only. Now on this one, it is a bit different, and this is the highest cost. They jumped up to $30. I think they jumped up to $30 at the beginning of last year or the year before, but I was grandfathered in because I had been with them. I joined Voracious Readers September of 2021 before my debut published because they offered a free 6-day trial where they would get your book into readers' hands for those 6 weeks, and then you would see what kind of reviews you get out of it, and then you could decide to join their evergreen trial. And it was a success for me. I had I think 18, 19 people who signed up for my book, and 13 of them joined my newsletter list because one of the services that's part of the Voracious Readers Only that you can choose, there's 3 different options. 2 of them include getting them onto your newsletter list. But I always chose to have them on newsletter list because I'm like, I'm paying this monthly amount. I want to get more out of it than just a review. I want a reader that, who will be around that I can give them more of my books as they come out. And it was really, really great. I ended up getting quite a few reviews and it worked really well for a while. Now, if we look down here, cost per review, now it's $4.29. Now, I did this at the beginning of this year. This is the one company that I felt like the quality of readers was going down, that I was getting all these signups, but hardly any of them were reviewing my book. And this was a very slow and gradual thing that happened. And I have a very intensive automation in my email where I am talking to them about my story and prompting them and all this. And there were some people who, based off of my recommendations, started using Voracious Readers Only. But then last year, some of them were like, this didn't really work for me. I don't know how it's working for you. And I even met with one person thinking maybe it was their email automation sequence, but I had noticed it also not working as well either. And I thought, well, you know what? That's because they have my debut novel. They've had my debut novel for almost 2 years at this point. So I asked them if I could switch it out. And this is where it's in the notes down there. It's only 1 book at a time. So all you can do with them. And then it's $15 to change the book. And I was really hesitant because I was like, I don't feel that this is the real reason. But then I said, you know what? I need to try and see if this is the real reason that, their audience is mentally exhausted over seeing my same book over and over again. So I changed the book out. So now this is from the beginning. And so that was $15 plus the $30 a month. And I, like I said, I was grandfathered in for $20 a month until middle of last year. I think it was July. Then I had to start paying the $30 a month. And that's a lot. That actually is not very good. I don't pay $30 a month for any service that's a subscription service when it comes to my author business. Nothing. There's nothing else that comes close to this. So I thought this was a lot. And I thought, well, you know what? If I'm getting the best readers and the good quality of readers, I'm getting lots of reviews, then this is going to work. But then you can see what happened here. 94 signups is what I got since January 1st. That's a huge number across the board there if you look at it. But of those, only 49 actually completed the process to get my book. And of those 49, hold on, I wrote these figures down. It's not in this table here. Of those 49 who bothered to complete the process to download the book, only 49, 13 of them unsubscribed after they signed up to get my book. They unsubscribed because it was through my newsletter list to get the book. 13 of them subscribed, with only 3 of them opening the email and only 1 of them downloading the book. And then of those who did, and I think it's on there, you can see how many actually downloaded the book. Of 94, only 16 downloaded the book. And of those, only 7 reviews. And that's a 7.4% of sign up to reviews, which is the lowest across the board. It's still within that range of 5 to 20%. So, it's not out of bounds, but for $30 a month, it's not worth it to me. Not worth it. This is the one that I quit. I actually sent the email off to cancel my subscription, and they've already replied and said that they will cancel it at the end of this cycle, which is June 9th. So, and I broke it all down in the email. I was like, I feel sorry that I have to leave the company, but here's my reason why, if you're interested. Gave him this table and broke it down, and said what I said. And basically I said, if it saddens me to leave, but if they ever revamp their process. And what I told them was that for 94 people to say, hey, I want this book, but of those 94, only 40, was it 49? I wrote this number down, 49, but of 94, only 49 completed the process to try to get the book. There's something wrong. There's a disconnect there. And I was like, it almost seems like it could be bots. And I'm saying, and then I put in parentheses, I said, I don't think it's bots, but there's a disconnect in the service for someone to say, yes, I'm interested, and then not actually do anything else to get the book. So it's not working. The process is not working. And then when I do have readers who make it all the way through and download the book, it's a very low percentage. And to me, $30 a month is not worth it. So yeah, that was end of that. I have, that's the service I have stopped. All right. Library Things, the next one. This one is absolutely free. Go sign up. Yes, go sign up. Get yourself on there. Even if you don't sign up to do the early review program, get your books on there. It's just another way for readers to find you. And it's free to sign up and to add your books in there. But the way the notes on this one here is only new or forthcoming books can be used. So it has to be within 6 months of age. So since the beginning of this year, I only had 2 books. I have The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince, which officially published in December, and then A Curse of Scales and Feathers, which officially published at the end of January. And I say officially because these were part of my Kickstarter campaign, but they were not available on retailer platforms before this time period. So these were within the 6 months. So I had 2 books I've been using. Now I'm outside the 6 months with the Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince. But I am still there with A Curse of Scales Feathers. I am running my last campaign in June. And by the way, guys, yeah, that one will be going in June. I think it starts June 3rd. So if you would sign up for that review, you can go and get that free book. That one does work on a lottery system. You can put any number of, to give away review copies. You can put whatever number you want, up to 30. I always choose 30. I always do the ebook. You can do a paperback too. I always do ebook. I do up to 30, but then, and I had like 94 people in the first one for A Curse of Scales and Feathers who signed up. I think it was 94, 96, somewhere in there. It was really high, but only 30 can get it. But then they also limit their readers. This is how they can keep quality control of their readers and reviews. They limit the number of books a reader can win in a month giveaway. So they can only win so many. So I think that even though I had like 90 plus readers who signed up for the first time I ran A Curse of Scales and Feathers, and I was only giving away 30 copies, I think I only ended up giving away 19 or something like that. It was a low number. With the Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince, my first one was only 10 copies. And it was not because other people didn't win, but the people who did win had already signed up for other copies, and they can only get so many. So this ensures that they're not getting overloaded with all these free books and not doing anything with them. I think there's also a quality control on, like, they can only sign up for these books if they've left so many reviews. Now, the other drawback on this is that many of the reviews are only on the site. I think they're changing things up a little bit. They've made one change. So when I ran my first Curse of Scales and Feathers back in January, it was that you delivered the book directly to the reader who won. You got all their email addresses. So I was able to give them all the links to leave reviews. And so if you go to look at some of my books for Blood of the Lily and A Curse of Scales and Feathers, some of my reviews say that they got it from Library Thing. But then when I ran the next month, Library Thing had changed things up. And I did the same thing for Blood of the Lily back a couple years ago. But I guess what Library Thing was running into is that authors were not giving the books to the winners. So people were signing up and not getting books. So then they said, okay, now we're going to directly deliver your book. And now I couldn't put my links in there. So last month when my giveaway ran, all my reviews are basically just on the site, and that's it. But then when I signed up for this next month, I could choose to send the book again myself. So I don't know. I think they're changing things up. I don't know how that's going to go, but right now I would not bank on being able to give your readers other review site links. And that was really useful in that, but it's still good. It's still a good place to go. It's free, and you get your book on there and get some people who will leave reviews there on the site. So I think it's a good place to go. All right, Book Sirens. I joined February 25th. You can only you could do more than one book here, but it's $10 for each book and $2 for each reader download. They do have a different plan, but I started with this one because it was something new for me that I'm trying. I'd have to pay another $10 if I wanted to get another book on there. So you can have more books, but I just put Curse of Scales and Feathers for this amount. So that cost per month is $3.50. That changes. That could fluctuate. That's based off of how many people have downloaded my book since I've started back in February 25th, because it is a 1-year plan. So if I have, like say in the next couple months, if I have a bunch of people who sign up, then this cost could go up, or it could go down if I don't have any more people sign up. So, but it's still pretty good rate. It's 52% review of the book, and you put all the links in there that you want for them to go to put reviews out there. I had 17 who signed up and 16 downloaded the book. So they only charge you for the downloads. They don't charge you for who signs up, which is that's awesome. And of those, I got 9 reviews. So it was really great. This is a really good, I really appreciate this here. And I might do the other plan. I think the other plan is it's like $8.33 a month, and you can have multiple books in there, but I can't quite remember. You'd have to look at the plans. But I found this to be to work really well. So I'm sticking with Book Sirens through the year, and at the end of the year, I might look at adding another book. I don't know. Again, I don't want to exhaust the readers with the same book, which is what I'm finding with Booksprout, that the readers there can get quite exhausted. So in Booksprout, you can have as many books as you want. I have 5 books up there. But with the plan that I have, which comes out to $15.83 a month, with the plan I have, I can only have 3 active books a month. So these are what they call campaigns, and they last for however long you want them to last. So I did put per month. I do mine for like a month. I don't think it's as long as you want it to last. I think there is a date, maybe 90 days. I don't remember. You'd have to look at it, but I thought, okay, 30 days, I'll run a campaign. So whatever time period I'm running my campaigns for, I can only have 3 overlapping at one time. So it's 3 different books overlapping at one time. I'm doing mine by month. And then you can only get 50 reviews per book you have running in your campaign. So 50 reviews per, and I have not hit that at all. I think the most I've hit in a campaign was 10 for one book. So I've not got anywhere close to that 50 reviews. It's still a really good percentage here. I have had 30 people since the beginning of the year. I've had 30 people sign up for my books, 30 downloads. So everybody who signed up downloaded it. I got 21 reviews, which this is really, really great. It's 70%. It's lower than Library Thing at 75%, 75.9%. But the difference is here, again, I can put in all my review sites where I want them to go and leave reviews. And they don't have to leave them everywhere. You could say that you want them. I'm trying to remember. There's a difference between Book Sirens. One of them, I think you can choose how many they have to leave a review for. And I just always say 1 when I see that, because it's hard to make them leave a review at Amazon. If that's where you want it, it's hard to force that, because unless they've spent $50 on the Amazon platform in their region, they cannot leave a review in their region on your book. So I make sure I just put them all in there. I don't care where they leave a review, as long as they're leaving a review somewhere. So this is actually pretty good for it to get onto different places. So I like Booksprout for this. It's a really great return. But what I would say, they do tend to get exhausted. It feels like they get exhausted with your book pretty quickly. So I've pretty much been running A Curse of Scales and Feathers and The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince since the beginning. And I joined January 28th. I've been doing those 2 concurrently pretty much since the beginning. And when I saw that last month, no one signed up for The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince. No one. And I did still have a couple signups on A Curse of Scales and Feathers. But that first month that book was there, A Curse of Scales and Feathers, I had a ton of people sign up compared to later months. And then that's when I went and added my other series, my other 3 books. And so I've got those running now as well. And I got great signups. I had Blood of the Lily run last month. Now it's Soul of a Rose this month. So some people signed up last month and left reviews. And I think they're the same ones who kind of come over and sign up for Soul of a Rose. And that's for my first series. So yeah, I think it's good, but I do think people get exhausted. It's a 1-year plan that I signed up for. So at the end of the year, I'll probably stop. I'll probably wait a little while, and then once I get a couple more books, I might go back to them again. So those are my reviews. Right. Looks like there's a lot of people who left comments here. Did I mark? Did not mark. Rachel had come in. Hi, finally the chat showed up. Hi, Keika, how are you doing? Yeah, sometimes it acts really crazy. So there's lots of hellos. All this data makes a beautiful line. Yeah, how I love spreadsheets, batting eyelashes. Don't know why I didn't try library thing. Yeah, I mean, I love it. For it being free, even if if you can't get any reviews on other sites, it's another way for people to find you. It's another way for, for you to get reviews and eyes on your book. Because say you do put some books up there and you have readers on a library thing who find your book and they like it, they may go looking for more books from you in other places. So, yep, definitely choose that. I'm happy anniversary. Thank you. Seems like everyone started their channel during the pandemic. Yeah, mine was just coincidence, honestly, because I had mentioned to my husband that once he retired from the military, I wanted to quit my job as teaching college English and literature and try to pursue self-publishing and writing as a career. And he was like, yep, whatever you want to do, you've supported me all these years. I'll support you in what you want to do. And when he retired, it was 2019. We had just bought a house here in Florida. We moved to Florida, a little past midway 2019. And of course, you know what happened 2020. And so when that happened, I did not immediately jump into self-publishing because there was, we had the move. There was a lot going on. Our kiddo had great services in Kentucky. The services we got here were terrible in the beginning. We had to hire an IEP advocate to get him because he's autism, ADHD, and anxiety. And it was just so much. And I was exhausted. So I didn't start writing my first book until the next year. That was 2020. And then, of course, the pandemic happened and hubby was at home and I just had fun hanging out with him. I became a gamer for like little less than a year. We gamed together. We did lots of great stuff. And then I was like, I need to get serious about this writing thing. And so then I did. And I wrote the first copy of Blood of the Lily during NaNoWriMo, November of 2020, but I didn't publish it until a year later. So, yeah. Love the asterisks at the bottom. Now, I don't know why I haven't tried any of these inks before. Links. Perfect timing, though, with my new book set for release next month. Awesome. So important to understand. We do not pay readers for reviews. Exactly. We do not pay readers for reviews. It is unethical and is against the terms of services for places like Amazon. Right, like a reader that becomes a true fan. This happens with my hub's work, and his lead gen company too works well, but then tanks with the quality of leads, or in our case, readers. Yeah, that's unfortunate with voracious readers. Yeah, what I would say is, if you have never used voracious readers only, go use them for the free trial. You can use them once in your author life. In your author career. So choose the book that you want to use. You get that free 6-week trial. They still have that running. So go do it. Get on the list. Go use it for the free week. Of course, they're going to try and sell you on the evergreen trial, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. If they change things, then it might be worth it. But yeah, if you've never used it, go use it for one of your books. I would say that it's definitely, take advantage of what you can take advantage of, what they offer. So happy 3rd anniversary. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Hellos. Congratulations. Thank you, Emma. There's lots of hellos. I'm going to try and get through this because I don't want to run too close to the hour if I can help it. Just trying to motivate myself to get some words in a day. You've got this. Andy is sprinting next with some, I think, to-do words, I think. So if you want to drop your link, Andy, please go ahead. Get down and boogie. Get down where? Oh, get down? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Adds all this extra research to my list underneath the 2 courses I just signed up for and haven't started. Oh, I have lots of courses like that. But it's a great return. Yeah, some of these really had some good ones. Did the mic cut out? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? It could be on my tabs. I'll find here. Oh, okay, so hopefully it wasn't me. Audio is okay on my end too. Okay, maybe it was just Rita. Great data. Thanks for sharing. Hello. There's my hubby. Happy anniversary. Thank you. I was at May Chaos Rain Relay, but couldn't do the last stream. I got 3K words and half a chapter. Nice, Cake. Oh, I love that. Amazing. So 2 with the best return was Book Sprout and Book Sirens. As far as money-wise, those I paid for, let me look back at that. So Book Sprout has a good return, but their audience gets exhausted quickly. And then the next one would have been Voracious Readers Only, except that it costs way too much money for that. The return on Story Origin could be lower if I signed up for more review promos. With that said, in my genre, fantasy, romance, romantasy, there's not too many review promos happening on Story Origin. I don't think that the audience is really there yet. So I've been just trying to find just fantasy promos to join. And I found a couple more that way. And I signed up for one like in July, I think. But finding the review promos are kind of few and far between. And then if you take into account that Story Origin offers all these other great things for authors, it's not really set up for a review company. It's more about just building your newsletter list. With taking into that account, it's worth the price. I would say the best percentage of signups to reviews is library thing, and it's free. So, but again, then many of those reviews are only on the site right now with the way that they have changed things up. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing all this, and happy anniversary. Thank you. Drop the link, Amy. I love Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. I never heard of that. You have a link for that one? Top spreadsheeting. Very impressive colors. Thank you. And there's the stream. So I have a few more things. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I wanted to drop a few more links for things that are coming up. Also this, if you guys would like to sign up to review any of my books through Book Sirens, I have a Curse of Scales and Feathers. That is a direct link to sign up for it there. Trying to find the right tab. Or on Booksprout, this is my team. I call it Shannon's Dragon. So you can see whichever books I have running at the time for reviews. Right now, it is The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince and Soul of a Rose. Next month is going to be Curse of Scales and Feathers, Tears of the Marigold, which is the third book that comes after Soul of a Rose. And I'm going to have, I don't have this one up yet, but I'm going to get this up later this week, is The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince audiobook, because I have no reviews on that audiobook anywhere. Wait, I think I do have one reviewed somewhere, but I didn't seek that one out. I found it by accident. Or you can always check out Story Origin. You can sign up. If you sign up as an author, you can get a reader dashboard. It's automatically part of your subscription. Or if you are a reader and you want to sign up, you just go to storyoriginapp.com. You could sign up. If you just search my name, you will see all of my books are there. And you can join the request to be an ARC reader for any of them, or to be a reader. It's not ARC. It's not advanced reader copy. They call it ARCs on there, but now it's just a review copy because they're not advanced reader copies. Although what I would say is that if you I had this just happen actually on Story Origin. I had someone who signed up for all 3 books, my Clash of Goddesses series, and I only approved her for the first one, Blood of a Lily, and I will not approve her for the other ones until she leaves a review on the first one. So I'm not going to give access to other books in a series unless the first one is already done. But what's really great, if you remember from this spreadsheet, I had a column in there. This is automatic review and reminders. All of these, except for the free one, Voracious Readers Only, all of them send reminders to your readers to review the book. So it's really, really great what they do for that. All right. And I did talk about have one book on Ream that is not available anywhere else. I don't know if I'll ever make it available anywhere else, but I am also writing a series of novellas, which is going to be first on my Ream. The book that's not available anywhere else is available for Ream subscribers. But if you just follow, which is free, you can join that same link there to follow for free, and you'll get access to the novellas as I'm releasing them chapter by chapter. Right now, my followers have access to a poll, and I didn't get a lot of votes in the last week for some names. I already have 3 chapters written in my first novella, and it's already outlined. I don't typically outline, but I want to make sure the story stays novella length, and it's going to be roughly 20,000 words. But yeah, so I already got that. So once the names are in place, then I'll be releasing the first chapter. Hopefully I'll be releasing it here probably about a week and a half, because I'm going to wait to send the announcement again to my newsletter on the 4th of June to say, hey, follow me in my Ream and vote for these names. And then they get the chapters as they release one by one. So you can follow me there. All right. I also talked about the AuthorTube Writing Conference. And guys, that is coming up for anyone who may not know what that is. It is a free conference. Everything writing and publishing. It's on YouTube, totally free. We have it all put together with a schedule, and you can follow along. There are feedback forms that you can fill out during the conference to be put into giveaways. We have lots of great prizes this year already. And yeah, you can follow everything that's going on with the AuthorTube Writing Conference on the website there. Right now, we have the first page critique submissions open. This is where you submit your first page. It's completely anonymous. There's no way to really put your name in there. We don't take your address, your email address. It is completely anonymous, and it goes to 3 panel members. Now that stays open until June 8th is when it closes. So 1 week from today, the first page critique panel submissions will be closing. So if you want to get your first page in there, you can. This year we actually have a literary agent for those who are seeking the traditional side of publishing, which is it's woefully underrepresented on YouTube. Traditional publishing is, and those who are on YouTube, it's very hard for me to connect with them and then be interested in wanting to present at the authortube writing conference. So I'm really, really grateful to Mark coming on. He has a session he's presenting, as well as he's going to be on the panel to do the first critique page submission. And please don't feel like your work is going to be tore up. We only ask for one help note, one love note. So they will tell us one thing that can improve the work and one thing that they love about the work. So we try to keep it balanced so that you can get some real benefit from it. And then we do have an authortube writing conference playlist put together. It is now visible. We've got 3 links up there already, but of course, those will not go live until the actual conference. And then the last thing for me that's happening on my channel is that it's my next sprints, Monstrous Monday sprints coming up this Monday if you want to join me there. So I've pretty much covered everything I'm going to cover today. I think we had a Richard come in. Go drop through everything here. The link, and then I put all of my links. And Richard, hello. Fantastic anniversary. Thank you so much, Richard. Missed the spreadsheet, so you can go back and watch it. Yay, there it is. Yep, and then I dropped more links there. People saying hellos. Been over here just clicking links. Hopefully not. It won't be tying up your computer too much. And you're anything but monstrous. No, it's Monday monstrous sprints. So I had to come up with an idea of how I can make longer sprints, because sprints indicates it's something short, but then sprints also indicates some type of time period of doing some type of productivity. So I wanted to keep sprints in there, and it's monsters because I took the monsters from the Molester of Woods, which is in my book, my series that I'm writing with the Brides of the Dragon Kings, and I'm showing these different monsters, one for each week. So it just made sense. I know it's the alliteration, Monstrous Mondays, or Monday Monstrous. I think it's Monstrous Mondays. I probably put it backwards there. Best thing you could do in someone's newsletter is click the links. Yes. All righty. Well, that brings us at the end. I don't see any questions. So I think I'm going to end it there. That way Andy can get his live stream going here. And yeah, that happens in 8 minutes. So go over. He dropped the link, just a few ones up. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I don't know if I'm gonna find it there, but yeah, the link is in the chat if you guys want to find it there. And yeah, bye everyone. Alliteration is ace. Exactly. I love it. So, all right, I'll catch you guys all later. And thank you so much for joining me for this awesome 3-year channel anniversary. So bye guys.